Hindu supremacist and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits the United States. Let's get into it. Hindu supremacist and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has visited the United States. This is a multi-day visit. This is his first state visit also. He's been to the US 5 times already, but this is his first state visit. Modi is not only charged with turning a blind eye towards the growing religious discrimination in India and adopting discriminatory laws, he's also charged with Hindu supremacist terrorism and inciting Islamophobia and Islamophobic attacks against Muslims in India. So there are about 213 million Muslims in India, which is about 15% of India's total population. Unfortunately, it's not bigger. If it was bigger, there would be less Hindu terrorism against Muslims in the country. Modi has also been accused of suppressing the Indian media and repressing his political opponents, including the top opposition leader Rahul Gandhi, who was convicted for mocking Modi's last name. While the West is cheering for this Hindu supremacist Narendra Modi, under Hindu supremacist rule through Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, human rights groups including Human Rights Watch have argued that India's human rights have degenerated. Here's some of what Hindu terrorist Modi has done. For those who don't know, in 2002, Modi was the chief minister of the state of Gujarat state, when the 2002 riots broke out in which over 1,000 people were killed. Most of them who were killed were Muslims. In 2005, the US revoked Modi's visa, citing trouble that he did not act to stop the communal violence in Gujarat, in the state that he controlled and operated in. In 2019, this is a bad guy, guys. He's a Hindu terrorist, this Narendra Modi, who's currently the Prime Minister of India and has been the Prime Minister of India since 2014. He's a bad guy, this guy. In 2019, he passed legislation amending the country's citizenship law that fast-tracks naturalization for Christian and Hindu refugees, but excludes Muslims. And when he was criticized for this, he threatened Muslims by saying Muslims could be identified by the clothes that they wear, specifically loose shirts and trousers, which is popular in South Asia. In August 2019, the Indian government revoked rights that were written in the Indian constitution that gave Kashmiri Muslims special rights to govern themselves and give them more autonomy. He revoked those rights, his government, the Indian government. In February 2020, dozens of people were killed and more than 200 were wounded following unrest in largely Muslim-populated areas in northeast Delhi. It was described as the worst religious violence in the country in decades. Currently, and since he's been in power since 2014, there's been a rise of violence by Hindu terrorists against non-Hindu Indians, but especially violence against Muslims. Mosques were set on fire by Hindu terrorists. Muslim-majority areas were attacked by Hindu terrorist thugs. Attacks against Muslims for consuming or even transporting cows. Muslims were even told that they were banned from visiting the Ganges River in India, which should be accessible to everybody. They were told that they were banned and excluded from visiting the Ganges River. They were told this by Indian Hindu terrorists. Even in India-controlled Kashmir, there's been violence against the Muslim population there. And so this guy, Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, he's been terrible. He's been a terrible leader. He's stoked violence, incited violence against Muslims and religious minority groups in India. He's bad news. But that's what I have to say about Narendra Modi's visit to the United States. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We've just hit 100 subscribers, so we've been growing, thankfully. Thanks to you guys, this community has been growing. We've been talking about various topics that other people don't talk about, with views that other people don't talk about. And like the channel, it helps with the algorithm and help grow this community that you guys have built even more. Take care, guys.